protocol at the global level, the respect on modernity by NGOs, advocating for
The Decade of Action for Road Safety is a fantastic opportunity to finally start putting the necessary emphasis on addressing road safety and this enormous public health crisis we have all over the world. We hope governments will play their role, but of course non-governmental organizations are very, very important. They have an enormous legitimacy because many of them have been created after a dramatic crash, after the loss of life, after the loss of a family member, a child, a brother, a sister, a father. And speaking from that perspective, for me, says more than all the statistics in the world. So those NGOs that have originated from those dramatic events often come with enormous amount of motivation and energy to really create change. And this Decade of Action is about change. It's about putting road safety higher on the agenda and really start putting in place all of these measures that we know work but are not yet being implemented.
My personal message is for everyone to realize that in just 1 second, one's life can be changed because of careless driving or careless mistakes. And it doesn't only make you the bad driver that can cause you to be in an accident. You can be a good driver, but someone else's mistake can make you be injured or killed. So we should all be ambassadors for each other and speak out there and advocate for road safety to each and everyone.
If we speak about road victims, don't consider the people who die, but think also the people who get injured and all the parents and all the families and all the rescue peoples, because they have also to deal with road crashes. And if you speak about road crashes, don't use the word accident. We think crashes or incident, or in France, collision. Collision is much more suitable to describe things that could be prevented.
Don't give up. It takes a long time. I look at how long it took to end slavery, to get rights for women, and I think our society has a huge tolerance for risk on the road. They don't mind people, people that would never litter speed. And so I think that's a long-term program of changing behavior and changing our reaction to people who take risk with our lives.
We have to understand that road has been built for people, not only for the cars. And for the people who are designing road, I'm talking about like engineers, they have to know that everybody has to be accommodated. And the same question goes to the decision makers and policy makers. Whenever they formulate those laws and policies, they have to make sure not only like writing and put on the paper, but also has to be implemented and has to be followed accordingly.
I always say that one of our greatest assets is our impatience, because it's a field in which you have to be impatient. While you're patient, people die. We have to keep working, we have to keep pushing government, we have to keep organizing ourselves and being involved in more and more activities so that we can indeed save lives. And the good news, as we all know, is they're preventable, for goodness sakes. We know what to do, we know the cure. It's just a question of getting it there, getting the enforcement we need, getting the laws we need, getting the political will we need, and that will make a huge difference in saving precious lives on roads.
One thing that seems clearer and clearer today is that the way mobility systems all over the world are developing is largely unsustainable in economical terms, in energetic terms, in environmental terms, and also in terms of humanitarian social terms. There's no real democracy and the equity in the system, and there's no sustainability in the system. So either we push for a deep revision of what we've been doing in the past, I'd say, 100 years, or we are going to offer our sons, daughters, grandsons and granddaughters a very miserable legacy. And I think we should really consider this. I think it is extremely selfish for this generation to keep going as we are going, because this laissez-faire of a system that's not working is going to have great costs for the next generation.
We should do everything we can to coordinate, to consolidate our activities for better fate of victims and their families.
We need to take more responsibility. It needs to be your personal responsibility as much as it is the policymakers and the enforcers. But let us take road safety as a serious issue because people are dying, people are getting disabled every day.